Okay, let's unpack the unexpected tax bill. I mean, nobody likes surprises, right? Especially when they cost you money.
Oh, definitely not.
You've probably felt that sort of creeping dread as tax season gets closer, just hoping you won't owe anything extra.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens when that dread turns into, well, a full-blown shock? Finding out you owe hundreds, maybe even thousands, more than you ever imagined.
It's such a common scenario, unfortunately. And what's really fascinating here isn't just the financial hit itself.
Right.
It's how a seemingly small detail, something easily overlooked, can trigger this huge issue for so many people. It really does catch people completely off guard.
Exactly. And look, that's our mission with this deep dive today.
Yeah.
We want to peel back the layers on why so many people are getting hit with these, frankly, painful surprise tax bills.
Yeah.
We're specifically going to zero in on a really critical but often misunderstood change in paycheck withholding.
That's the key.
And then, most importantly, we'll give you a straightforward, genuinely easy solution. The goal here is to help you avoid owing all that extra money come tax time.
Hopefully save you some serious cash and stress.
Definitely. Now, you might be thinking, oh, that's probably just a few unlucky people. But listen to this. A recent study, they looked at over 400 employees. Found a staggering day. 65% of them were actually set to owe more money at tax time because they hadn't withheld enough.
65%, that's almost 2/3.
It's huge. And these weren't small amounts either. Most of the people who owed ended up owing over $1,000. Some even faced bills of several thousand.
Wow, that's a serious, serious financial hit.
Absolutely. And it really shows, stepping back, this isn't just random bad luck, is it? Certain groups seem particularly vulnerable.
That's what the study really highlighted, yes. It pointed out that a remarkable 95%, almost everyone who's selected married, filing jointly, or head of household on their forms were impacted.
95%.
Yeah. If you fall into one of those categories, this deep dive is, well, it's especially crucial for you.
So that old assumption, oh, what I did last year worked fine, it'll be okay this year, that's basically dead in the water now.
Completely. It no longer works.
But why? What actually changed to make that old way of thinking so dangerous now?
That really gets to the heart of it. And importantly, the issue isn't usually payroll mistakes by employers.
Okay.
The problem stems directly from how the W-4 form, that employees withholding certificate you fill out.
Sure, the one you do when you start a job.
Exactly. It's how that form is filled out, or often how it's not updated. The IRS completely redesigned the W-4 form back in 2020.
Right, 2020.
After nearly 40 years of just minor tweaks, this was a huge shift, a monumental change, and honestly, a lot of us just missed the memo or didn't grasp the implications.
And this is where it gets really interesting, isn't it? Because this change, it seems subtle on the surface, but it's actually massive.
It is.
And it's often completely overlooked, leading straight to that under-withholding problem. The old system, we all remember allowances, right?
That was the term everyone knew.
But the new W-4, it doesn't use allowances. It uses your total household income as the basis for withholding.
That's the fundamental shift.
And it's a change that so many employees just miss. And it disproportionately hits those filing jointly, people working more than one job or claiming head of household.
Exactly. And the research really hammers this point home. If you select married filing jointly on your W-4,
okay,
the calculation isn't just about your income anymore. It's supposed to be based on your entire household's total income.
Ah, I see.
That distinction often gets lost, and that's precisely where the biggest problems tend to pop up.
When I first saw the example illustrating this, it really hit me how easily anyone could fall into this trap. It's almost like deceptively simple.
It really is.
Let's really dig into that married filing jointly trap with a specific example, because this makes the under-withholding crystal clear. Let's imagine a couple, say, for the 2025 tax year.
Okay.
One spouse makes $35,000 a year, the other makes $65,000. So together, their total household income is a nice round $100,000.
Got it. $100,000 household income. Now, here's where the typical payroll system logic goes wrong. If a spouse's income isn't properly accounted for on the W-4.
Right.
So each person in this couple checks married filing jointly on their W-4 form, but maybe they don't fill out step 2 about multiple jobs or working spouse, or they don't use the IRS estimator.
Okay, so they just check the box.
Pretty much. And then each employer's payroll system basically assumes their job is the only income source for that household.
Oh, I see the problem already.
Yeah. So for 2025, the standard deduction for married filing jointly is, let's say, $30,000.
Okay, $70,000 deduction.
Each employer's system takes that full $30,000 standard deduction and applies it just to the individual income they're processing.
So the $35,000 owner's job thinks the household income is $35K and applies the $30K deduction.
Correct. Leaving only $5,000 effectively taxable in that system's calculation.
And the $65,000 owner's job does the same thing, applies the full $30K deduction.
Exactly. So their system calculates based on $35,000 of taxable income, $65K minus $30K.
Wow. So wait, instead of withholding based on the actual $100,000 household income, the withholding is based on what? $5,000 plus $35,000, so only $40,000 total?
Precisely. The payroll deductions are based on a combined $40,000 of income, not the real $100,000. They've essentially double-dipped the standard deduction meant for the whole household.
Okay, that is a huge difference. You can just imagine the shock when the actual tax bill based on the full $100K arrives.
Yeah, it raises a really important question, doesn't it? What is that final tax bill going to look like? It's going to be much, much higher than what was withheld.
So, okay, that lays out the problem pretty starkly. A potentially massive unexpected bill.
Yeah.
But thankfully there is a fix, and it's surprisingly straightforward.
Yes, definitely don't despair.
The IRS actually provides a tool to make this easier, right there on their website. It's the IRS tax withholding estimator.
That's the one. And it really is easy to use. Takes less than 10 minutes for most people.
Less than 10 minutes. That's great.
It's an absolute game changer compared to, trying to wade through the 3 pages of dense W-4 instructions.
Right. Those can be confusing.
Or worse, trying to figure out the 45-page IRS publication 505 on withholding.
Oh, wow. 45 pages. No, thank you.
Exactly. This estimator guides you step by step. It asks clear questions and even gives you alerts if you put in something that doesn't seem right based on your filing status. It's really designed to be intuitive.
And here's the really practical part, the payoff. Once you're done using the estimator, you can actually download a pre-filled W-4 form, all ready to just print, sign, and give to your employer.
Makes it super simple to implement the results.
It's almost too easy. One of our sources had a great line about this. They said, instead of the famous just 15 minutes to save hundreds on car insurance, it is just 10 minutes to save owing hundreds, if not thousands, at tax filing time.
Ha, that's a good way to put it. Accurate, too.
So, for you, the listener, what information should you actually gather before you sit down to use this estimator, just to make it go smoothly?
Good question. To make it quick and accurate, you'll want a few key things handy. First, just your basic personal info. Your filing status, whether someone else can claim you as a dependent, and details about any dependents you have, like their ages.
Okay, filing status dependents. Got it.
Second, for each job, yours and your spouse's, if you're married, grab your most recent pay stub.
Pay stub, right.
You'll need things like how often you paid, your year-to-date wages, and how much federal tax has been withheld so far this year, and also how much federal tax was withheld just in that most recent pay period.
Okay, pay stub details. What else?
Third, think about any other income sources you expect for the year. This could be self-employment income, maybe interest or dividends.
Okay.
Retirement income like pensions or IRA money, Social Security, even unemployment benefits.
Right, all income streams.
Then fourth, deductions. Are you likely to take the standard deduction or will you itemize?
Standard versus itemized.
If you think you'll itemize, you'll want estimates for things like mortgage interest, state and local taxes, remember the SALT cap, and maybe charitable contributions.
Okay. And anything else?
Just about. Fifth is tax credits. Think about things like the child tax credit or any education credits you might qualify for.
Credits, right.
And optionally, having last year's tax return nearby can be helpful. It has your adjusted gross income, or AGI.
AGI.
Which is basically your gross income minus certain deductions. And it also shows your total tax liability last year and how much federal income tax was withheld then. It just gives the estimator a better baseline.
Gotcha. So really, it's mostly information you probably have access to pretty easily, especially with a recent pay stub and maybe last year's return.
Exactly. It sounds like a list, but it's generally stuff that's not too hard to pull together.
So there you have it. That feeling of dread, that potential shock from a surprise tax bill. it seems like it's often entirely preventable.
Largely, yes.
Taking just those few minutes, seriously, less than 10, to use the IRS tool and review your withholding, it can save you a massive financial headache.
Absolutely.
And prevent that awful aha moment where you realize just how much those W-4 changes actually affected you.
It puts you back in control. And, thinking about this, maybe here's a final thought for you to consider, sort of building on this theme.
Good.
Beyond just your tax withholding, where else in your personal finances might a small, proactive review, just like using this estimator, save you from a major unpleasant surprise down the line?
That's a great question. Like checking your credit report regularly or reviewing insurance coverage.
Exactly. It's a reminder that often the biggest financial challenges aren't sudden disasters, but things that could have been managed with just a little bit of foresight and a quick check-in.
Well said. So, take control of your finances. You can find the IRS tax withholding estimator easily. Just search for it on the IRS website, irs.gov.
It's definitely worth your time.
An invaluable tool for your financial peace of mind. Check it out.